everyone, welcome back to my channel. My name is Heather. Thank you so much for stopping by today. Today we're doing the first big book haul of 2022. Woo-woo. Most of these books I bought with some gift cards and Christmas money that I received. Thank you so much for those of you that gave me money. Those of you that are watching, like family, not subscribers, but family, you know. Anyways, yeah, thank you so much, and I am very, very blessed to be able to buy these books and to be able to get these books, and I'm just very thankful for them. So anyways, we're gonna go ahead and get started. It's a mix between thrillers, romance, horror. What my vibe is anyways on here. And I'm just gonna quickly talk about them. I'm not going to sit and talk about one book for like 5 minutes. So it's just gonna be like a very quick thing. That's how it's gonna be. Make sure you hit that subscribe button before you leave, and we're just gonna go ahead and start. So the first one is a book that I have been looking at for a really long time. It's Sanatorium by Sarah Pierce. It's about people that go to the sanatorium and then dark things start happening, and it says that everyone's in danger and anyone can be next. So sounds like my vibe, and it's kind of creepy on the front. Next thing is Everything She Forgot by Lisa Valentine. And again, this is supposed to be a thriller. It's set in London, and I don't really know what happens after that. It sounded interesting. Then I have The Ice Coven by Max Seek, and I thought this sounded really cool because it is about the coven of witches in the middle of nowhere. The witches kill people, so it's a serial killer book about, supposedly about witches who go around killing people. It just sounded interesting. Then I have Looking Inside by Beth Carey, and this is about a girl named Eleanor Briggs and a guy named Trey Riordan, and he is supposed to be like rich, and she's, you know, not supposed to be rich, and they drive each other wild. It's supposed to be a romance. Then I got The Ghost Tree by Christina Henry. I read Near the Bone last year, and I really enjoyed it, except the ending. I hope the ending of this book is a lot better than that book. But I enjoyed Christina Henry's writing style, and I enjoyed her storytelling. So, besides the ending of Near the Bone. But yeah, I was excited to pick this up. This sounds more like my vibe because it's a small town horror vibe, and it's supposed to be about dark magic. So there's that. And then the next two books are in the series. In this series, this is a Persephone and Hades retelling. I was a dummy and decided to pick up I think this is the fourth book, Touch of Malice. This is the third book in the series. I picked this up, but I needed this book in the second book because you have to read them in order. So the second book I can't find for more than like 15 bucks. And I did not pay that much for these two books. But anyways, Persephone and Hades retelling. And I've heard that this is a pretty good retelling of them. There's another book in here that I got that hasn't been that great of reviews. But I've been really wanting to read more about Persephone and Hades lately. Then I have another Darcy Coates, and this is Secrets in the Dark, and this is supposed to be a Black winter novel. I don't know what that means. So this book is supposed to be about a haunted hall, and if you are exposed to this hall and the ruins of it, then you can be like, it says that they scramble to secure the ancient building against the ravenous hollow ones. So it's like ghosts, maybe? Demons? I don't know. But Darcy Coates, one of her books was in my top 15 books of the year last year. So I've been really picking up her books, like this one. This is The Haunting of Blackwood House. It's about a haunted house. Darcy Coates, I like her writing style and I like her storytelling. She is able to really freak you out when you read it because all she writes is horror, so I liked that. Then I picked up When the Reckoning Comes by Latanya McQueen, and I have heard nothing but really good things about this book. This is supposed to be set in the South on a plantation, and the ghosts of the plantation are haunting the actual plantation. But I've heard that it's very, very dark, it's very deep, it's very important, and I was excited to have this. It's a lot shorter than I anticipated it to be, but I've heard that it's really, really good. So, pick that up. Then I picked up my best friend's Exorcism by Grady Hendrix, and I've just heard nothing but fun things about this book. It seems like a really cool, like 80s retelling type exorcism, ghost story, demons, all that kind of stuff. I don't know. The cover of it's cool. The inside of it's cool. I just felt like it was pretty, like it'd be a pretty cool book to read. Pretty fun book to read. And like the cover is, if that doesn't give you Poltergeist vibes, I don't know what does. So, pick that book up. Then I picked up Just Between Us by Rebecca Drake. And this is supposed to be about 4 girls who are best friends and they do really bad things to people. Mean Girl vibes. Then I have The Matchmakers List by Sonia Lally. This is a really cute romance, and it says it's a one devoted modern woman plus one meddlesome traditional grandmother equals a heartwarming multicultural romantic comedy about finding love where you least expect it. So I'm excited about this, and it's a diverse read for me. So excited about that. Y'all know I love my diverse reads. And then I have Dear Emma by Katie Henney. And this is told in like emails, and it has some multimedia stuff in it as well. And it's about a woman named Harriet who is the author of a column called Dear Emma, and she gives advice to people, and then she meets somebody on that, like the column, and they have like a relationship through the column, and I thought it sounded really cute. Then I picked up The Other Black Girl, and I've heard that this book is very slow. And I don't read a lot of slow books, but I've also heard people say that they really loved it, but I've also heard other people say that they really don't like it. But I was just excited to pick it up because it's about a 26-year-old girl who is or 26-year-old woman, I should say, who is she's the only black girl, and she's an editorial assistant, and she's trying to make her way in the editing world. But I've heard that it's very empowering, and that it is very beautiful, and that it's also a very important read. And it's about women, especially black women, not getting the recognition that they deserve in the editing world. So I thought that it would be a very good book to read, and a very enlightening book to read. I also picked up the 3rd book in the Tegan Frost series, The Eye of the Storm by Jackson Ford. And y'all know, if you have watched my channel, that this book series is one of my favorite, and I absolutely love it. I can't really talk much about it because it's the 3rd book in the series. I also have A Solitude of Wolverines by Alice Henderson. Don't know much about this book besides this woman goes on, I wouldn't say a hike, what do you call it when you, or maybe it's a hike. She is out in the wilderness by herself, and then she's a scientist, and she's trying to find the Wolverines, but then she ends up finding a serial killer along the way. The person at Barnes & Noble sold me on this book, so picked it up. Then I have The Ice Planet Barbarians by Ruby Dixon. If you're a romance reader, you have heard about this book. If you're not a romance reader, this is about a chick and of a group of other girls that get abducted by some aliens, and then the Ice Planet Barbarians save them, and then they have relations with aliens. I've been wanting to read it for a while, and now it's at Barnes & Noble, so congratulations. This is the other book that I was talking about, Neon Gods by Katie Robert, and this is supposed to be a Persephone and Hades retelling as well, but I've heard that this one isn't as good, so I'm kind of nervous to get into it, but I still want to read it. I also have Shutter by Melissa Larson, and this is supposed to be about an abandoned cabin, some hauntings going on, a killer's running around. My thing. This sounded really cool. Someone Like Me by M.R. Carey. And this is supposed to be a paranormal thriller. It has a sci-fi twist to it about a clone. I read it in the book and I was like, I read it in the store and I was like, oh, okay. Like, the back doesn't even give you a description, which y'all know that I can't stand. But it says that it's a strange thriller about somebody taking over somebody else's life. And they don't know what's going on. But it's a chunky. Like, it's a chunky book. But I'm super excited to get into this. Sounds really cool. I also have The Sorority Murder by Allison Brennan, and I've just heard people really liking this book. It's about a popular sorority girl and an unsolved murder, a campus podcast about a chilling repercussions. So it has podcast, murder, serial killer. Maybe. Then I have Intercepted by Alexia Martin, and I've heard nothing but great things about this series, so I'm really excited to pick it up. This is about a girl named Marley who is the perfect girlfriend, and she is also dating an NFL player. Heard really good things about that. Heard that it's very funny. Then I have Written in the Stars by Alexandria Bellenflair, and this is supposed to be a sapphic romance. It's supposed to be fake dating between Thanksgiving, I believe, and New Year's, but then they fall for each other, and I'm really excited. I've heard nothing but really good things about this book. I've heard that it's very, very cute and very heartwarming, and I'm just so excited about it. And then I have The Demon of Dakar by Kajal Erickson, I believe that's how you say it. This is supposed to be a This is supposed to be a Swedish thriller about a lot of things going on with this one family. Somebody ends up dead, but they don't know what's going on in the family. They don't know what happened with the murder. It's just a lot of things happening, and it sounded very dramatic, and it sounded like it would be really cool. So pick this one up too. And then the last big ditty is The Stand by Stephen King. My husband said that he wanted to read it, so if you don't know, my husband doesn't read, but he said he wanted to read a book, and I was like, what do you want to read? And he said Stephen King, and I said okay, and he picked out The Stand. For somebody who doesn't want to read books, this is a pretty big book to want to read, but he said that he wanted it, so he got it. So yeah, that is that. That's all the books that I have gotten so far for 2022. I hope that you enjoyed this video. Please hit the subscribe button before you leave. Make sure you leave a like and a comment down below, and I'll see you on the next one. Bye. Lila says bye too. Say bye, Lila. Say bye, Lila, la 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 la.